You've probably never used Palantir. You've probably never even seen it. But Palantir sees you. It sees everything. From the depths of CIA war rooms, to the spreadsheets of Wall Street bankers, to the quiet corridors of government halls, Palantir is everywhere. And yet, almost no one talks about it. This isn't just a tech company. This is the engine behind modern surveillance, the brain of predictive warfare, and the data crystal ball used by the world's most powerful institutions. So just how big is Palantir? Let's follow the data and find out. Palantir was born out of crisis. After the 9/11 attacks, the US government realized something terrifying. They had all the data they needed to stop the attacks. They just couldn't connect it in time. So a group of minds, including Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, and engineers from Stanford and the intelligence world, set out to build something radical. A system that could analyze billions of data points, link patterns, and predict threats before they happen. What they built was Palantir, a name inspired by the magical seeing stones from Lord of the Rings, objects that could see across vast distances and into the minds of enemies. Palantir doesn't make social media apps, it doesn't sell phones, it doesn't advertise. What it builds is intelligence software. Its flagship product, Gotham, is used by the CIA, FBI, NSA, ICE, the Pentagon, and militaries around the globe. Another platform, Foundry, is used by banks, hedge funds, hospitals, and Fortune 500 companies. These tools don't just collect data, they fuse it. Social media, travel records, banking activity, satellite imagery, criminal databases, sensor feeds, and more. Palantir turns that chaos into a live, interactive map of real-world behavior. Who you're talking to, where you're going, what you might do next. That's not science fiction, that's the product. In Afghanistan and Iraq, Palantir's software was credited with saving American lives. Soldiers used it to predict IED attacks, map insurgent networks, and decide where to strike. Analysts say Palantir became more valuable than boots on the ground.
One, my guys used Palantir both in Iraq and Afghanistan, and frankly, watching how the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines used it for everything from taking a look at predictive analysis on the threat from the enemy to being able to kind of visualize some of our toughest threat problems out there, really made me a fan of the Palantir platform.
If modern war is a chessboard, Palantir is the AI grandmaster behind the moves. But Palantir's empire didn't stop at war. They began targeting the most powerful industries on Earth: finance, health, energy, logistics. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Palantir ran the data backbone of the US Department of Health. They helped model vaccine distribution, hospital overflow, and pandemic spread. In finance, hedge funds use Palantir to predict market shifts before they happen. In energy, it's used to forecast grid failures, optimize drilling, and track global commodity flows. From Ford to Airbus to Merck to JP Morgan, corporations now run on Palantir's brain. But not everyone is applauding. Palantir has faced fierce backlash over its contracts with ICE, tracking undocumented immigrants, local police, enabling predictive policing, authoritarian governments accused of using its tech for repression. Civil liberties advocates warn, this is a company building the future of mass surveillance and doing it in secret.
How about Palantir? Do you have any thoughts on Palantir?
I do. I think it is literally the worst company in the world. Now, Palantir and the president of Palantir is basically the for-profit CIA. That's what Palantir is.
And because Palantir isn't a government agency, It isn't bound by public oversight. Inside Palantir, the culture is intense, almost militant. Employees are told they are working on the most important problems in the world. Palantir isn't run like a Silicon Valley unicorn. It's run like a data intelligence black ops unit. They don't chase ad revenue. They chase geopolitical leverage, and they're winning. Palantir has fewer than 4,000 employees, but it operates in over 40 countries, works with dozens of governments, touches millions of lives, and influences decisions made by presidents, generals, and billionaires. Their market value, over $40 billion, but their real value, access, influence, control. You might not see Palantir, but it sees you. We used to say data is the new oil, but that was wrong. Data is the new power, and Palantir is learning to control it at scale. If the 20th century was shaped by oil companies, the 21st may be shaped by companies like Palantir, invisible, all-knowing, and terrifyingly indispensable.